Hello. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, I've been back to the pool room. And I still have too much stuff here. But I found some other things down there. And this, it's funny, I have never ever seen. It's just an RCA cable. It came with a Commodore 64. And that is what the ends look like. They're different than any other ends on any other RCA cables I've ever seen. So whenever I see them, it looks like that. I know that came with a 64, perhaps a VIC-20. And what's different is it just has these little round things that have the little thing around the edge. Most others, oh, here's one. Most others, they're plastic or they have whatever, but they don't have that little ridge. And I don't know. Anyway, whenever I see a cable like this, I know they're all the same length, they're all the same whatever, and they're 64, VIC-20, maybe other machines from Commodore. I don't know where they got them from, but they did. Okay, so other things in here. This is a double-ended RCA cable, which is handy to patch things together. If you have, there are little video cables that you could get at Radio Shack that didn't actually have any output parts on them. They just came out and they had 4 little short wires. So this would be handy for that. Anyway, yeah, all cables are handy. I guess mostly these are probably used on stereo things, but anyway, I like them. And here, here is a serial cable to go from a Commodore 64 to a disk drive or a printer or some other device. I will put that on the door at some point. I will run through and test things. Aha! Here's another thing that I think at one point I was actually in search of. This is for an Amiga attaching to, I suspect, a 1084 or a 1084S or something of that nature. Note, 23 pins on the video, I think. Let me count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yes, 23 pin female connector, video, Amiga. And a 6-pin round DIN connector to go to the monitor. Once again, not necessarily easy to find. What do I have here? Aha! This looks interesting. This too, I'm going to put this in another thing because I'm not sure how I could test it at this moment. This is a double male-ended 9-pin connector, kind of like a joystick. But to test it, I need, let me think about that. Can I test it with one of the other ones? Well, maybe. Let me just set it aside for a second. I will ponder this. What else do we have in here? Besides a mess of cables. Oh, this could be another. Yes, it is. 9-pin. Or is it? Yep, 9-pin, double-ended male. Once again, I think a lot of these actually were used on IBM machines in video things, I think. And what do we have here? Ooh, another Commodore serial cable to go to a disk drive from a 64, etc. And oh yes, here we have another Amiga to 1084, 1084S, etc. cable. These I will hang on the door, and at some point I will test them all. I will hang them on the door here. Yes, here is like a network cable. Kind of has a big phone jack on it. At the moment, I can't think of anything that would be helpful for. So I will toss it aside. Oh, here's something. Here is something, yes. Oh, they're dusty on both sides. Not surprising, they've been sitting there for quite some time. Ah, yes. Rose-colored glasses. And literally they are. I mean, they're sunglasses, but they do have a hint of red to them. Lovely. I think I'll put them in here. I have other glasses there. Aha! Here is something that will be helpful. Certainly, once, I don't know what I've ever used this on, but because it was down there on the chair, I'm not going to ever use it as a toothbrush, but it will be good when it comes time to have a go at these ridged power supplies to get in. Like already, the dirt is just, I mean, the dirt in the ridges is coming out. The ridges are not so bad. Certainly the fins will still need some other sort of help. But anyway, I will keep that handy. I think I will put it in here for cleaning power supply things, I think. And then we have, oh, we got something tied in together here. Okay, here is, yes, the VIC-20 did not have an RF modulator inside of it as the Commodore 64 did. So they had this external one. So this plug would go into the video. It would run to this little box, which I believe has a 3 and 4 indicator for the channel. And then it has an RCA cable that goes to this little switch box, which you would have to connect to the back of your television and switch between computer and such. Now, I think I'm going to put this in the test box because I think it would be a mess on the door, and I don't really have a TV right handy to test with it. Here we have another double-ended RCA, good for sound, good for other patching things, and potentially there are applications with the 64 and its video. There are. And finally, on this trip, I found a Koala Pad. Now, this was used, it was like kind of the first drawing tablet that I remember, and I, who am not a great drawer, could use it to do wonderful things. I remember I actually made a quite a copy of the CFTR 680 logo because I knew a fellow who was very big there and worked there, and I thought this is kind of cool. So, but I also used it a time or two for things I needed to do on a couple of the TV shows I was on. So anyway, handy. You need the program, of course, and it did come, I think, with its own special stylus, not a pen, a stylus. And this too, I don't have the stuff handy to test it, so I will put it in the box of things to be tested. I shall. Now, these things. Is there a way for me to test these cables right now? The double-ended, male double-ended things. I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe if I combine them. Oh, you know, I can't plug that in. Hello. Is that even going to fit in there? Huh. Maybe not. Alright. That joystick plug did not seem to want to go in there. This is why I think these are made more for IBM monitor applications. Okay, that one goes in. Now, this, of course, will not plug in to there. What do I have here? No, that won't work. maybe if I refer to the other box, what I need now is the female to female version of the cable, which possibly might work. I couldn't test it with the other thing before because it wouldn't, but this might. Let's see. We will, of course, have to switch back to Jumpman, I believe. I believe that is what we'll have to do. See, there were some cables, they might have had 9 pins and other such things, but they really didn't need all 9, so they didn't run wires through all of them. 1, 4, okay. Let's see, so we're testing 2 cables together. And no. That's why I think these are monitor cables for IBM things that are missing some wiring things. Anyway, so they can go back in the test box, as can these. They are very well built. They are. I thought there was another one of those. Yes, there's another one. So this can go into the box of things to test. And as I have now tested lots of things here, and those are going to hang on the door, I can start to tidy up and put things in this other box of good things. And joystick extensions are pretty good, I think. They're a good thing to have. Actually, it's funny, I have one that I keep looking at forever and ever and ever that's still in its packaging, but I have never taken it out as of yet. All right. Power supply. Cables. So many cables. And that'll be fine. And these will be fine. But you know, while I'm here, I know just recently I saw that other cable. I did. In its packaging. Well, maybe it's down in here. I know I had it. Oh. I know it was here. Oh well. Can't dwell on that at this moment. But there are definitely times when having longer wires on joysticks could be most beneficial. Alright, so I'm going to hang these on the door. I can test them later when I have things ready to go. These paddles, I need to find the internal cleaner and also open them up and see why is it making funny noises. Why? Ah, yes. So, and now I suspect I will go back to the pool room and carry on with the hunting and the searching and the finding. So, thanks. Oh,
that was easy.
And of course, oh, I have my escape route blocked here. There we go. So thanks for coming to this wonderful world of Commodore, otherwise known as The Twilight Zone. Ugh. Time to hang up the cables. Ugh. Thanks so much for coming. Bye for now.